What's up, everybody? Another great day, another gray day. How are all my fellas doing? I'm okay. I um I haven't mentioned in the last video, but as you can tell, I've been a little sick for the past few days, and the gap in my upload schedule has probably shown it. I realistically probably could have gotten a video out even when I was sick, but I just didn't feel like doing anything. That's on me. Anyways, here we are once again, just in a random parking lot talking about random things, but that's okay, because usually what comes out of my mouth is good, and if it's not, you feel free to tell me in the comment section. So, hold on, let me turn the radio off. So, here we sit. It is 2023, nearing the end. People usually get really worried about the end of the year, my girlfriend included. Just, oh my God, what am I going to get everybody? Can I afford the gifts? Can I, you know, meet the expectation, right? And a lot of people get the, it's almost like they get hooked on that rather than that spirit of, gratitude and sharing and all that. Is just, oh my God, what am I going to get people? Is it going to be good enough where they like me, where they don't think I'm weird? And that's generally not what the holiday season's about. I'm sure you've had this hammered home growing up, just from Disney Channel or your parents or whoever felt like telling you. You really shouldn't be too stressed about what people think of you when you're in the holiday season. That's not the right way to do it. No amount of worrying is going to make any situation better, I don't think. Speaking from experience, 25 years of age, I've tried it over and over again to worry enough about something to make it, to fix it, to make it better. And it usually, it keeps your attention on it, sure, but worrying and stressing, it really isn't good for your health. It causes stress. It gives you, stress causes stress, but stress ages you faster. It makes you more tired. It makes you more irritable. You feel like I'm sure you've had one of those days where you've just worried about everything, and at the end of the day, you're like, oh my God, why am I so negative? Why am I so devoid of energy? That's basically what worrying does. And I forget who said it. I forget who made this comment. I heard it from Terence McKenna, but I don't know if he actually made the quote. Worry is inherently preposterous, and it's essentially like praying to the devil. I may have said this in previous videos, but essentially, when you pray to the Almighty or to a higher power, you basically place a bet on yourself. You go, hey, I know I'm a really tiny thing in this grand scheme that is life and the universe and everything around me, but I have faith in you, whoever that you may be. For me, it's God, but I have faith that something good is going to happen to me. It's basically it's basically what's called pronoia, which not a lot of people know about. A lot of people know about paranoia, which is the belief that everything is going to work against you and everything is out to get you. Everybody hates you, or generally you find just terribleness in every corner of life, So whatever it is, it's going to get you. And you could say that's praying to the devil, because instead of betting on yourself, you're betting against yourself. You're betting, okay, I bet that this day's going to go terrible and nothing good's going to happen to me. I'm sure there's something terrible in store for me that I don't even know about. And it basically becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you want to go down that route, I know there's plenty of secular viewers who are going to watch this. They don't really want, they can't really get behind the idea of, oh, it's praying to this entity, right? Think of it like a self-fulfilling prophecy. The words that come out of your mouth are the number one things you're going to believe about yourself. That's simply how it is. And the reason why is because they're coming out of your mouth, and you trust, you have some sort of trust in yourself. Maybe not completely, but you're the one you listen to most. So you better watch what words you say. You know, you wake up and you say, oh, this is going to be a terrible day. I hate myself, something like that. You're cursing yourself. You're praying to the devil against yourself. And it doesn't really make sense. Like, it's tempting to do. It's tempting to go, oh, woe is me, and curse yourself and the world around you, but it doesn't make sense. It's like shooting yourself in the foot. Not only are you in this terrible situation, but you also don't even believe in yourself or in a greater ability to get out of your situation. And it's sad. So many people are in that place. And I feel like I made this channel to give people a helping hand out of that place. And, you know, I can only do so much. You have to work on yourself. I'm not going to sit here and say that these videos will fix you. That's up to you. It's not up to me. No matter how much you want it to be up to me, it's not up to me. I just point a camera at my face and say what comes to mind. I didn't even plan for this video to be about this. I just knew I had to make a video. I turned on the camera, and now we're going down this route. We're such a funny creature, human beings. We have so much empathy for ourselves, but we also don't give ourselves enough credit, if that makes sense. Like, let's take like a beginner lifter, for example. If someone comes into the gym and curls 10-pound dumbbells for 10 reps, and that's all they can do, they're gonna think, oh, I'm terrible. What the hell? I really feel uncomfortable just coming in here being the weak, skinny guy. But realistically, relative to them, relative to the person who went to the gym and their power level, for lack of a better word, they made progress, and they should be proud. They never went to the gym before, and then they went once. And it comes back to having that worrying mentality of like, oh, what did everyone think of me when I went into the gym and I could only do 10 pounds for 10 reps? Like, one, no one cares. Two, the act of worrying about that discourages you from coming back. And you're stuck at the lower levels that way. You're just stuck at the lower levels that way. Your attitude is so important to climbing up a skill. You can't, like, take this for example. I didn't necessarily worry. Well, I did worry about my grade in math, but I generally despised math in high school, and I really just couldn't get behind it. I hated the teachers. I dreaded going to math, like long before the period even started. And because of that, I just did terribly. I did the bare minimum, and I hated every second of it. Now, going into college, I think this was at the time I went to culinary school, because I remember it being, oh, I'm going to math, but it's not really, like, it only applies to baking, really, and even then it's such simple arithmetic. And I went into this math class with a fresh start, because one, they started at arithmetic, just add, subtract, multiply, divide, basically bottom up math before it gets into trigonometry and stuff like that. But I basically took it as a fresh start, and I did really well in the first few tests, of course, because it's like, oh, what's 20 plus 34, simple stuff. But I went in with a new attitude, and that attitude was, all right, well, I'm new. Just because I pass this test or I don't pass this test, it doesn't really matter. I'm just relearning math and giving it a second chance. And I found out how much I love math when I do it well. It's kind of like Call of Duty, you look at it and you're like, oh god, this is so stupid. But then you get like a freaking 15-20 kill streak and you just go, oh my god, that was the most dopamine I've ever felt in my life. And it's amazing how simple black and white numbers on a paper can do that to you. And then you sit there and realize, what is a phone? What have I been doing scrolling these apps that basically just cater to your lowest common denominator of entertainment? Why did I give these things time? But then you gotta give yourself credit, These companies that make these apps, they just study it so deeply, like to an autistic level. They study the human brain and what certain shade of color will grab your attention the most and what will hook your eyes for the longest amount of time. And people got to give themselves credit, because the fact that they can resist that at all is admirable. And you're admirable, and you should give yourself that praise at least a few times. Don't get too cocky on me, kid. And yep, as always, that all came out of my mouth. I hope you do with it what you will, and I hope to see you next time. Like and subscribe. Bye.